Hi everyone, welcome to a new episode of your Frederish podcast. My name's Gary and here I am once again with you guys. So tell me how you're doing today. It's a lovely, chilly and sunny and perfect Friday. And yeah, let us embark on this journey of a very quiet, amazing and interesting topic we're going to discuss today. Or actually we're going to talk about and have a good excuse to speak English. Okay, so I'll have a good excuse, a good motivation to speak English and get you practicing your listening skills and, of course, learning hopefully new things and obviously new words and getting better at English, which should be your primary concern here, isn't it? Yeah. So what are you waiting for, my friend? You're already home practically, so go grab your cup of coffee, water, tea, soda, beer, because it's Friday. Whatever it takes for you to relax and join us in this conversation. So today's topic is a little controversial and, actually, I would say delicate. It's a delicate subject, it's a delicate topic because it is something that in a big or small level, everyone got. So everyone has it. Me, you, everyone. But of course, the focus here is the highest levels. I mean, the most destructive ones. Okay. But even though I'm gonna always, and just today, not different, pull up the disclaimer that I'm no expert, so I'm not talking in the position of someone who knows better, I'm just an English teacher and I want an excuse, as I said, to speak English, and why not to address an important topic respectfully, of course. This is not a position of judgment or anything like that, towards people that are, into that. Okay, I'm just making this whole circle around because we're going to talk about addiction. Okay, and probably and certainly the first thing that pops in your mind, in your head, is drugs, right? From alcohol to marijuana, from cocaine to I don't know, any kind of substances, right? Ecstasy, I don't know. Thank God, I don't understand much about drugs. Never did them. So, anyways, except for alcohol a little bit when I was younger, but that's an acceptable one, I would say. Nevertheless, that's it, right? That's the first thing that pops in your head. That's the first thing you think about. Okay, but it's not only that. Of course, it's that, especially mainly the focus here. But of course, not only that, because today, I have the impression, okay, I'm not based on any study, any formal and more solid kind of a basis for this opinion, but I have the impression, by talking to people, by watching videos online in all the countless platforms that exist out there, that we're going through a period of addiction. Okay, not only and not specifically the chemicals, right? Let me just summarize this way. But of course, the habits, the hobbies, okay, they're healthy, that are good things. But when it comes to an exaggeration, people are losing their lives over these things, over these hobbies and entertainment things, okay, and habits, of course, as I said, when they shouldn't, in my opinion. All right. If you remember, if you're a member of a family of Frederish cast family, you've been here with me from the early days, listening to all the episodes here. You will certainly remember the episode I recorded about the fantastic Dr. Charles Duhigg's book, The Power of Habit, in which I mention, that I go through, I discuss primarily the human habit development process, right? And an addiction is nothing else but a habit at its core. So I think it's interesting we start from here, okay? Because yeah, no one just wakes up addicted to something, right? It is a process that goes faster in some people, a process that goes fast in some people and slow in other people. Most of people, it goes slow. It takes time for this person to get addicted to something, right? Time, not only time, of course, but time primarily, right? It takes time. It's not all of a sudden, it's not out of the blue that a person comes up with a new addiction. That's my point. So yeah, I would say that it is important for us to pay attention to the habits we have today, and like what are the for lack of a better word, harmful things I'm doing today that might lead me to, or not so productive. Maybe they're from harmful people, from harmful things to not so productive things that I'm entertaining myself today that may lead me years from now or months from now into an addiction thing. But what exactly are these habits that have the potential of destroying my life in the future? Not only my life, but the people around me, people I love mostly. So what are the dangerous things? And the answer, it's not that quite simple, okay? Because as I said, there are addictions that come from positive habits or neutral habits for that matter, you know. They don't only come from drugs, for example, you know. There's no safe way to do drugs as far as I understand. Someone may drop a comment down here in the comment section. I never did, as I said, but as far as I understand, there's no safe way, except maybe marijuana. I don't know. You guys would tell me. Again, I never did it. But some heavy drugs like cocaine, ecstasy, you know, there's no safe way to do that. But on the other hand, there is safe ways to drink alcohol, right? I would never have, no one in a clear sanity would say that a person that drinks a glass of wine every week on Fridays night, you know, home with their partner, is leading towards a way of addiction. That doesn't make any sense, you know. Or even if you drink beer, even if you get kind of wasted, which is not exactly a good thing to do, but home only during the weekends, you know, making barbecue, eating, you know, and talking to friends. Yeah, maybe even that. Although this second example is a little worse. I mean, way worse than the first one I mentioned. But anyways, let us not exaggerate here. But of course, you see a person drinking, like, I don't know, I don't want to come up with numbers here, but like day in, day out, or even every day, you know, and then you say to that person, hey, I dare you to stay a week without drinking, and the person just, you know, gets out of that conversation. You see clearly that a person is not able to do that, although she says that they are, right? So yeah, you know, this is a dangerous path. This is something that I would be hugely concerned were I in the position of, you know, someone that drinks like that much a week. You know, I don't drink at all, but let's say that if I would just drink socially, in quote marks, that way. All right. Okay, so let's check the main forms of addiction, potential addictions, according to my good friend and already member of this podcast, ChatGPT for you guys, Chatty for me here, just my homeboy. So let's take a look what he brought for us as far as addiction is concerned. Number one, he just summarized with substance addiction, right? Of course, alcohol addiction remains one of the most common forms of substance abuse. Yeah, that's number one for sure. No doubt, right? Opioids. The opioid epidemic has made opioid addiction a major public health crisis, particularly in the United States. Yeah, opioids aren't so common here in Brazil, find to the best of my knowledge. But so I, even me, I don't know much about it. I just know it's a strong drug, gets you totally out of the ground. And consequently it's pretty addictive, meaning you get addicted to it really really quick, really really fast. Nicotine. Yeah, the cigarette. Despite the decline in cigarette smoking, nicotine addiction persists partly due to the rise of vaping. Yeah, guys. Hey, vapor heads out there. Vapors got nicotine. Hence, they're addictive. Yeah, you get addicted to it. You just think you're playing with a flash drive, smoking flash drive thing. Yeah, think again. Guys, I'm not here to disencourage anyone to do anything, guys. Everyone, I'm just encouraging people to think and know exactly their steps and where it's safe to set food or not. You know what I mean? Stimulants, still under the substance addictions item. Stimulants, drugs like cocaine and methamphetamine are also significant problems. Yeah, especially in the States, it's a huge problem there, huge drug problem there. Cannabis, with the increasing legalization and decriminalization of marijuana, cannabis addiction is becoming more recognized. Yeah, I don't want to make it a controversial, even more controversial than it already is, but there's this whole thing of marijuana being legalized. Yeah, let's just see that. Let's check out. Okay, if it works, it works. Okay, I think no one is against marijuana as far as it is a very good thing to be used as a medicine. Okay, there are plenty of studies out there saying and showing that it is good as a medicine, and it is, even the most conservative Congress people in the world are favorable to that. Okay, so just to have an idea, to marijuana being legalized for medical purposes, right? But that as an entertainment, as a for lack of a better word, drug. Well, I have my reserves here, but let's just keep an eye on it and let us not speak more than we know here. All right? Let me know your opinion. Leave a comment down below. Okay, item number 2, behavioral addictions. Gambling. Compulsive gambling can lead to severe financial and social consequences. So gambling, if you don't know the word, is like playing and betting, okay? Like in casinos, for example. Okay, everything you're placing a bet. Okay, this word is pretty popular in Brazil today, even if for those who don't know English, because it's online gambling is pretty and unfortunately pretty common in Brazil, in the world today. Okay, but that's it. What it means, gambling, not only cards or casino, all kinds of bet placing activities. Internet and gaming. Wow, that's no, that's not fair, guys. Don't even get started. I'm joking. Yeah, let's check it out. So internet addiction, the addiction to the internet and online gaming is particularly prevalent among younger demographics. Yeah, of course, that's a young people addiction, right? Yeah, it is like my generation. I'm always talking about it. I'm sounding like an old guy, but my generation, the 30, 40s, they grew up not having, unless you were like a little bit richer or technically rich, a little bit richer than your neighbors, than the average Brazilian in the 90s. We didn't grow up having, we grew up with video games, but not as accessible as they are today. All right, it wouldn't be everyone who would have a Super Nintendo at home, for example. Everyone would have a friend or a cousin who had. Okay, but from someone else having and you having it, there's a big difference. All right. Plus, we have other kids and teenagers responsibilities that would prevent us from being on the video game playing all the time today. Not that the kids today don't have it, okay, but the thing is they have more accessibility. Parents today, I don't mean to judge anyone, but parents today just leave their kids playing games because they think, oh, better playing games here under my vigilance than in the streets doing God knows what. And to a certain extent, I agree with that statement, but we have to be careful because the world is not that black and white, right? Okay, social media. Excessive use of social media platforms can lead to addiction, affecting mental health and productivity. Yes, of course. The thing with social media, I spoke about it before, so I'm gonna be short here. But it is that they are made to be addictive. Okay, they are made to catch your attention, to turn you into a prisoner of their social medias. Because the more people are there, the richer they are. Simple like that. Shopping. Wow, that's an interesting one. Compulsive shopping, often referred to as oniomania. Wow, I didn't know that. Oniomania can lead to significant financial and personal problems. Yeah, that's not a mystery, right? Yeah, nothing to say about it. It's just as clear as a transparent water. Okay, exercise. While exercise is generally healthy, compulsive exercise can be harmful. Yeah, that's an interesting one. I kind of gnawed my teeth when I read that. But now coming to think about it again, yeah, there are people that are addicted, especially today with the thing of like, you're not only okay if you just have aesthetically beautiful body. You have to have a perfect body. It's different, the six-pack abs not enough. When the six-pack ab for someone, especially men, means that this dude has pulled a lot of exercise, doing a good job, good on diet, for the most of the times, most of the cases. And I see lots of people, not the majority, of course, thank God, but lots of people with a very, very beautiful body going like, no, it's not enough. I want to be bigger than that. Okay, of course you can do that, but like, understand that there are consequences. That it is not a game. Okay, it is your body. You're doing, and I see lots of people getting hurt or even worse on this journey. Food addiction. Overeating and junk food. Some people develop an addiction to eating, particularly food high in sugar, fat, and salt. Guys, I would not speak much about it because sooner than later I'll bring a whole episode about it. This is worth a whole episode about it. We're still not facing it here in Brazil as much, but go to the United States. Okay, go walk in the streets of Texas so you pay attention. Even here in Brazil, okay, the difference that there you have more obese or even morbidly obese people. But take a look at the people around. No judgment, of course, but take a look around people in the streets. How many of them are fit? Okay, and if you don't know that, the word fit in English doesn't necessarily mean someone who's a bodybuilding person who has like that quote unquote perfect body. No, it's someone slim who exercises regularly, who eats. I love the way Michael Matthews, American fitness influencer, says, eating as a responsible adult. Okay, so a person who exercises regularly and tries to keep away from addictions as much as possible. Doesn't mean that he's a monk, that he's a religious person who doesn't drink or smoke at all, but tries to keep as much away as possible and eats as a responsible adult. This is a fit person, okay? So having this in mind, take a look around and see how many people are fit, how many people are not fit, are either overweight or obese or skinny, or as a skinny person can be. Prescription drug addiction, painkillers. Similar to the opioid crisis, the misuse of prescription painkillers is a significant issue. Yeah, that's right. There's a whole lot of endemic situation with prescription drug addiction in the world. You guys have no idea. But let's not talk much about it because I lack the knowledge about it. And so this podcast doesn't get to be 1 hour long. Sedatives and anxiolytics. I don't even know what anxiolytics. I think something for anxiety. Anyways, medications used to treat anxiety, yeah, and insomnia, like benzodiazepines. Benzodiazepines, I think that's the correct pronunciation, can be highly addictive. Yeah, guys, be careful with that, okay? Let me just share quickly one personal point of view and activity. Of course, me, you, okay? No, it's not good comparing yourself to other people all the time, but sometimes it is interesting taking someone else's perspective. But me, for example, I do everything not to go into any kind of medicine, you know? Sometimes I have like a discomfort situation in my muscular discomfort, and someone says to me, "Hey, why don't you take this pill, that pill for pain?" And I go like, "I'm not dying. I can take that pain. You know, it's not something that it is preventing me from sleep, for example. It's not something that is getting me to be agonizing. So I can take it. Let my body take care of it. You know, no judgment here again, but like." Try your best to be away from medicines at all. Leave your body to be the one, okay? I see people like taking medicines to sleep. Again, no, I'm far from me from being judgmental here, but like, do something to get to sleep. Like walk, run, exercise during the day, you know? Sleep a little less so you get sleepier when you get to the night. Quick coffee after 4 p.m., 3 p.m., I don't know. You can do lots of things before jumping into a medicine. I see people not even caring about that. You know, taking the medicines but keeping everything else, like the sedentary life, the coffee at the not ungodly hour, stress and everything. So yeah. Okay, item number 5 here, work addiction, the so-called workaholism. While often socially praised, work addiction can lead to severe stress and health problems. Guys, I really believe we're gonna have a second episode here on this topic because it's way too long. Yeah, work addiction. Well, the new generations, the so-called Gen Zs, aren't going this way. Thank God. But my generation and the Y generation and the X generation, my goodness, I see people just like literally killing themselves and destroying their families over stupid results. Corporative results, business results. I don't even know if I put it the right way, but that's what I think. Becoming workaholics. Come on, if you're not the owner of the company, there's no excuse for you to be a workaholic, you know, and you must impose some limitations to your boss, especially if you're a hell of a good employee, if you're a hell of a productive employee. You gotta say, hey, my family, this is my kid's birthday. No phone call, no business call today. All business calls will be ignored. You know, I heard recently that are even law bills being voted about it. Hopefully, we're gonna have a little bit more of a legislation over it in the future. And last but definitely not least, sex and pornography addiction. Well, I'm not gonna say much about sex because like, if it's natural sex, it's a good thing, in my opinion, you know, as long as it is not destroying your financial life, you know, like you're not going to work to be in bed and not sleeping. Other than that, I'm not gonna say that, you know, this is a dangerous thing, but pornography definitely is one of the biggest, you know, addictions that we have today on this like 6-item list. I would say if I would put it in a quote unquote concerning level, this will be top 1 in my opinion. All right, so let's read what they got here. Compulsive engagement in sexual activities or consumption of pornography can disrupt personal lives and relationships. Yeah, I couldn't say it even any better than that. Especially today with the accessibility. I was talking about accessibility in the video games. Let us not forget these things. Let us not forget the XXX videos, right, out there. And not only in these XXX websites, but like in the social medias, people dancing half naked, especially girls, of course. They're much more sex appeal than men, but even men, it's a and the algorithm of these social medias know that people are attracted to that and give people more. It is concerning in grown-ups, let alone in the kids and the teenagers. You see 10-year-olds surrounded by half-naked people all the time. I mean, it's not good. It's something that we have to be careful about, not from a moralist point of view, of course not, but from a realistic point of view. What are the youngsters, the youth, what are they going to be in the future 10 years from now, after this flood of sexuality, over exacerbated sexuality being thrown at them? Okay, I have my concerns. We're gonna certainly talk more about it. All right, so to finish it off, let us just ask and try to answer the $1,000,000 questions. The $1,000,000 question, that is how to get rid of it. Okay. Again, I'm no expert to be giving anyone any word of advice, but I would say that, okay, I have overcome a few addictions myself. Some of them are here in this 6-item list I mentioned. I'm gonna say which ones. You guys free to guess. Be my guest to guess. But anyways, I think it all comes down to the habit thing, the power of habit. Okay, if it is a habit, the way you can get a habit to be born, you can get a habit to be quote unquote dying. Okay, but most important, okay, it is fulfill your schedule. Don't be idle. Okay, IDLE, idle, not the idol like the famous people. No, idle like not doing anything. Don't get yourself like without doing anything. Always have something to do. Okay. I know some people may say like, hey, I want to relax sometimes. Of course, there will be relaxation time. Of course, everyone needs it. It's a paramount for human existence. But I'm talking about like start reading books. Start like you don't have a hobby. You don't have something you like. Go after it. Just find it out. Find out what you like. There's no such thing as like I'm not interested in anything. You don't know you're interested in lots of things. But if you just go after it, you will find out. Okay, so do things, go out, talk to friends. Okay, fill up your head. I don't believe in killing a habit, killing an impulse, a organic / natural impulse we may have as human beings. But I totally believe in overriding. I love this word. Overriding means right over it. So it is still there, but you put something on it. You put something over it. So the longer you keep with this new thing over it, the weaker this thing on the lower layer is. Okay, so 10, 20 years in the future, we might even say that like it's totally gone. All right. So that's what I would say if you want to get rid of an addiction. Don't antagonize this addiction. Don't go like, hey, I'm gonna stop it. That's gonna be my mission. The more you antagonize, the more you put a spotlight on it, and the more you focus on it, the more it grows. And the more it grows, the worse for you, right? So that's it for today. Thank you so very much, guys, for your lovely company. I see you in the next episode. Bye bye.